Hello guys, welcome to SWK Tutorials. Today I will be teaching you guys how to work with Vray IES Lite. So first of all, look at some examples. This is a scene I created for a client of mine. If you can see here, these are actually Vray IES lights. If you want to create lights like these, you cannot create it with normal lights. Instead, you need some IES files that can easily be downloaded from the internet. They are actually free, provided by the companies to work in your projects. Here is another example. This is another scene I created for a client of mine. So in all of these things, you can see that I'm using an IES file in an IES Lite to make these kind of shapes. So if you want to do these kinds of shapes, you need to learn this Vray IES Lite, which I am going to teach you in this tutorial. You can see there are so many shapes. So now you know, if you see these kind of lights in a scene, actually what they are doing, they are working with Vray IES lights. So without any further ado, let's get started. Before doing lighting, I always render the scene first to make sure that there is any light present in the scene or not. Then I start the lighting. As you can see, there is already some light present in my scene. Now, go to Create menu, Lights, click on Vray IES Light here, or simply click on the icon. If your light is small, then open the attribute editor and make sure your light is selected. Open the UI rollout and increase the locator scale to increase the size of the light. Now place the light as close as possible to the light object. Now click the toggle target and set the target towards the floor to make the light point downwards. And render the scene. The light intensity is very low. Let's increase the intensity to, let's say, 50 and render again. If there is no IES file, then sometimes it happens that in Vray IES Lite it does not update. In this case, just change the color or color mode and render again. If it's still not showing to you, then don't worry. It will work when we will add an IES file in it. Just move on. It will show. You can see that the IES file is currently acting as a spare light because we did not connect any IES file in the IES Lite. So let's browse the IES file and click open. Render. You can easily find free IES file in Google. There are a lot of free IES files available you can use in your project. You can see that the light has the same shape as the IES file. I use this one.ies file and it has the same shape. Now set the color mode to temperature. Decrease the temperature to, let's say, 4000. Decrease the intensity and render again to make the light a little bit warmer. Save the render. I am happy with my result, but look at the shadows. They are sharp. To make them soft, open the shadow rollout and click on soft shadows. Now render again and save the result. I'm going to save my result and I'm going to compare both of my results. This was my previous result before turning on the soft shadow, and this is my new result. If you watch very carefully, you can see there is a slight bit of softness, but this softness is too less. You can see without soft shadow, with soft shadow. These shadows are soft but not too much. So what's the reason? First, I will tell you the definition of soft shadow parameter. To make the soft shadow work and cast soft shadows, the IES file must contain the information about the physical shape and size of the bulb. Otherwise, the light will cast shadow as if it is a point light. The current IES file we are using contains this information, but it is not too much soft. Now we have two options to control this soft shadow. Option 1. Change the IES file that has the soft shadow information in its IES file. But if it is not possible, then use the second option, which I normally do. Option 2. Go to Light Shape Rollout. In Light Shape Rollout, the light shape determines the shape of the light when calculating soft shadows. By default, Vray IES light will use the information stored in the IES file that it is currently doing to cast the shadow. Change it to sphere or rectangle. Now render the scene and compare the results. Save the result, make it B, make it A, and try to compare it. The soft shadow effect is very less. To increase the soft shadow effect, increase its diameter. Let's say from 10 to 100 and render again. Now compare the results. P is my new result, A is my initial result. This was my initial result without the soft shadow, and this is my new result. You can see I can easily control my softness. So this is very important. In IES light, the soft shadow works a little bit differently than the other lights. If I'm going to make it 50 and render again, it is going to be less soft than the value of 100. So I hope it is clear to you how to make the soft shadow in IES lights. Simply change from IES file to sphere or rectangle and then start increasing your diameter. The more you increase the diameter, the more soft the shadow will become. Before ending this tutorial, I will make the light glass match the light color. So select the light glass, go to glass material, click on self illumination, select the color and render. You can see that the glass is matching the light color. Now all you have to do is you have to find an IES file that you want in your renders and simply select that IES file and you will get that result in your renders. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and if this was, don't forget to give us a like and comment on my channel.